Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Rebecca Adehill Show. I hope that you are having the most magical start to your week. I am sitting in the energy of celebrating so many of my clients at the moment. Highest cash month, another record month, another record month. I have replaced my monthly income with my weekly income, and it is just so much prosperity and abundance happening in my world and within my clients at the moment. And I really want to share that magic with you. Specifically, the conversation I want to have with you today, we're going to strip it back and really build a solid foundation for your coaching business so that you can get to consistent 10K months with absolute ease. And I'm going to say something right now. Just know, before I say it, I love you, I've got you. But getting to 10K months is easy. It is not hard. And if you are not at consistent 10K months at the moment, we need to get really curious and start to implement some changes so that we can make sure that you are rock solid and absolutely killing it at least 10K months. Then from that point, we're going to 10x that and get you to 100K months. But you are never going to get to 100K months unless we have a beautiful, solid foundation. So the process I am going to take you through today, I actually grew my coaching business to 100K months with this exact strategy, but specifically, we're just going to take the pressure off. If you feel like that's pressure, maybe not, you are welcome to invite that level of abundance in. But I am going to break it down to you step by step what I want you to focus on so that we can make sure that you are sitting comfortably at 10K months. And I invite you to really listen to the steps and the tips I'm about to give you. Maybe you are doing some of them at the moment, but there is a reason why you are not hitting that consistently. And what's really important in that moment is for us to get curious to see, I wonder what's not working. I wonder what I'm doing that's not quite translating into sales. And I think one of the biggest things that we can do as entrepreneurs is learn to lead ourselves with great curiosity versus it's something wrong with me, I'm not good enough. We're not going to fall into that mindset. We're just going to get curious because here's the thing. If we want to run successful companies, we need to master the art of being able to zoom out from your business and start to analyze what's going on and tweak accordingly. Learn to pivot, learn to adjust, and learn to move. And once we make those little tweaks and changes, we can then go again. And we keep adjust and refine until we reach that level of mastery. But as you are building out your business, the first thing I want you to consider is, what are you passionate about? If someone came to you with a problem and you were like, I cannot wait to speak about this. This is my jam. This is my thing. I could talk about this for hours and hours and hours and hours. What are some of those topics? What are you really, really, really passionate about? If I were to pass the mic over to you right now and say, speak about the things you are really, really passionate about, what would you say? What would you speak about? Do not ignore the level of passion that is coming through you. If you are currently not passionate about what you do, I'm talking a 10 out of 10 passion. And I often ask myself, if I did not get paid to have this conversation, will I still have this conversation? And for me, the answer is yes. And that is so essential because here's the thing, when it comes to passion, that is really about your energy and something that we simply cannot fake. So I want you to sit with that. What am I truly so passionate about? What lights your soul on fire? What makes you feel alive, activated, expanded? What is it that you love helping people with? Just go there. And if it's a disconnect between the current offer suite that you have and the current business model that you have, we don't have to make any changes just yet. I just want you to get curious and honor the root of your desire. I'm going to say that again. I want you to honor the root of your desire. What are you desiring in life? What are you so truly passionate about? Because that, my friend, that is your gift to the world. That is your gift. That is your passion. That is the energy. That is where the momentum will come from. Because if you are not passionate about something, when we are up against a challenge or when we run into a roadblock, your passion will drive you through that. Your passion will guide you through those moments. So I want you to build a business on a foundation of your passion and honoring the root of your desire. Now, when you know what those things are, the second thing I want you then to consider, what is the biggest transformation I can help someone with? We are all in business because we are solving someone's problem or we are meeting a need or a desire. That's why we're all in business. People see value, they invest. It's an exchange of energies. So I want you to think about this right now. If I was your dream client, I want you to think about your dream client. What is the biggest transformation you can help me with? I want you to figure out two things: the starting point and the end point. So when people are first stepping into your world, thinking about the thing that you are so passionate about helping people with, if they haven't done any work yet, what is the first step into your world? What does that look like? And what is the biggest transformation you can help them achieve? Starting point and end point. Now we are going to craft a beautiful timeline from the starting point all the way over to the end point, which I like to call desire land. We have problem land and desire land or promise land. Your services and your business will guide them on this beautiful timeline. Now, it may be a really big jump to go from the start all the way to the end straight away. So maybe what we need to consider is to start to place a few little stepping stones along the way of this timeline. I want you to create one timeline for one client that will have one major transformation, but there are steps along the way. And once you have these steps along the way, they actually represent your different offerings and services. So I want you to think now, when you know the starting point and the end point, what will be the first step? And once they have achieved that, what is the second step? And what is the third step, fourth, and fifth? And by the time they get to that fifth step, that is the biggest transformation you can help your clients with. Now, you don't have to have all of these 5 steps straight away. And I want to take you back to when I first started my coaching business. I only offered one-on-one coaching. That's how it all started. I started helping one person, then another person and another person. And then I was at capacity for one-on-one. And that is when I launched into my first ever group program. Now, that group program helped women in business get to consistent 10K months. That was it. It was very specific, very tangible. And that program generated over $500,000 in my first year. And that was only a group program, just one program. And all I did was to market to that one program. I got really specific of what the tangible outcomes were inside of that space. And I grew that to over $500,000 in my first year. Then after, because I have had hundreds of women through this program, once you guide them on this beautiful journey, when you have this roadmap in front of them to go, first I want you to do this, then I want you to do that and do that and do that, and seeing them implementing the steps, all of a sudden they're starting to hit 10K months and 10K months. So in my timeline, I then know now they've mastered the foundation of their business. So now they are hitting consistent 10K months. Now I'm going to invite them further along in my timeline, because here is the thing. Once you start growing, you have different growing pains. And I also like to call them high quality problems, right? So once they have mastered that, I can then move them up along the timeline, still one timeline, one client, one overall transformation. So they are here right now in mastering the foundation of their business. So now I get to invite them into the step following on from that. And the reason why this is so good, number one, it really helps with the churn rate of your business. So now a 3-month program perhaps turns into like a 12-month experience because you have mapped out this beautiful timeline for them. So your clients, once they come into your world, they can stay in your world for years to come because they can continue to grow and evolve with you, which is the most beautiful thing ever. I have some clients who came into my first ever program who are still in my world today 3 years later. And there is nothing better than witnessing their evolution and the beautiful places that they started, not even reaching 10K months, now seeing that they have 80, 100K months. It is so beautiful to witness your clients in that level of expansion. Now, here is the thing. Every step along the timeline, make sure you tune into this, every step along the timeline will have its own tangible outcome. Every step of the timeline must have its own tangible outcome. We are not going to do fluff anymore. We're not going to use all of these umbrella terms. We are not just going to say, come to me and evolve. It's not a tangible outcome. What is the tangible outcome for each one of your offerings? And if you are in the coaching industry or if you are a service-based business owner, each one of your services should have a tangible outcome. If it's a guide, if it's a membership, if it's a group program, private, a mastermind, if you're a consultant, a therapist, it doesn't matter. You must be so sure of what the tangible outcomes are for each one of your spaces. And if you don't know what the tangible outcomes are, we need to go back to the drawing board because this will start to show up in your conversion. If you struggle to communicate the tangible outcomes of your offers, that will start to show up in your conversions. Because if you are marketing to how many modules there are, or what's included, or how many months, or how many calls, that is not what sells it. They want to know what the tangible outcome is. So ask yourself, when you know what that step is in the timeline, you have step 1 to 5, and say, for instance, you speak to step number 3 in your timeline. And that could potentially be one of your signature offers that you create, step 3 or step 4. If that is a signature offer of yours, what are the tangible outcomes within that? Then I want you to ask yourself, what are my clients Googling? If they were to Google on this particular topic, what would they type into Google? And for instance, if I can speak into reaching consistent 10K months, for instance, I know stuff that my clients are thinking about is, how do I craft an offer? How do I build a brand? How do I position my offer? How do I price it? How do I market it? How do I sell it? And how do I deliver it? Those are all very tangible questions. So I make sure that every program that I create answers those questions, which again, it means that I must have a really deep understanding of what my clients are navigating, what they are thinking, what is stopping them, what are they Googling, what do they desire, what are they scared of, why are they not at desire land, why are they stuck over here. It's really important that you go 10 layers deep on each one of your offers, each one of the steps. Go 10 layers deep. Because once you know what the tangible outcomes are for a particular offer, you get to speak into that. So you get to have the assumption, this is the key part, my friend, you get to have the assumption that every single person online that is following you, all of them are actively looking for a solution that you currently have. All of them. Every single person that is watching your story, every single person that's following you online, every single person that you interact with, every single person that you bump into when you're walking down the street. I want you to carry the assumption that every single person is ready to pay you right in this moment, and they are actively looking for a solution, and you have the solution. So we get to speak into the assumption that they are ready to take action right in this moment. They are ready to transform. They are ready to move. They are ready to find the solution. They are ready to roll up their sleeves. How would you communicate with them with the assumption that they are all empowered, self-led, and they are ready to be moved? They are ready to transform. But here is the thing, what we get to do. I've perhaps said this before, but I'm going to mention it again. People move when they feel moved. So it's our job when we speak about sales psychology and what really makes people take action, what makes people buy, that really comes down to our ability to evoke a level of emotion within our dream clients. So ask yourself this, in my content, am I evoking that level of emotion? Am I sparking a level of curiosity? Am I making them feel something? Or am I marketing to the modules, how many workbooks, how many months? That is not what sells it. What sells it is how they are going to feel when they wake up in the morning, when they have transformed into that, when they reach consistent 10K months, when they reach consistent 50, 100, 150, 200K months, whatever that is. Let me paint the picture for you what it feels like to wake up each morning knowing that I have more than enough coming in and I know exactly what I need to do every single day to make that happen. It is no guessing. There is no throwing spaghetti at the wall. I know exactly what is required from me. I know exactly how to market my offer. I know the value I bring to the marketplace. I know how to serve my clients. I know how to give them a transformation they all deeply desire. Imagine what it would feel like to wake up every single morning with that knowing. Imagine what it would feel like to carry yourself with that knowing every single day. Because here is what will happen. You will start to build a level of momentum because this energy that you are feeling, this certainty that you will carry yourself with, the knowing that you will carry yourself with, because you have clarity, you have a roadmap, you know exactly what evokes this beautiful level of emotion within your dream clients. You know how to activate them. You know how to move them. You know how to speak directly into their soul. Imagine what it would feel like waking up every single day with that knowing. It would feel pretty good, wouldn't it? And you have access to that. But here is the thing, nothing changes if nothing changes. And I want you to be so brutally honest with yourself. Where are you not leading yourself in this moment? And if you are sitting at 50K months or sitting at 100K months, this still applies to you. Or if you are sitting on $500 per month, I don't care where your revenue is at, but where are you not leading yourself? Where are you not being fully honest with yourself right in this moment? Where are you not holding yourself accountable? Where are you not following through? Because I want you to master your ability to follow through no matter what. And what really comes down to your ability to follow through, that really comes down to the clarity that you move yourself with. Because when you have clarity, clarity is a very certain energy. You will feel very certain. If I tell you this is what you need to do, and this is when you need to do it, this is how you do it, now go and execute it. This is exactly what you need to do. We've taken the guesswork out of the picture. Now, when you have that clarity, you're going to start to feel really confident and certain. That confident energy to go, I know exactly what to do. I know how to move them. I know how to market it. I know how to position it. I know how to deliver it. I know how to build a brand. I know how to evoke a level of emotion in my dream clients. I know how to do it all, and I'm doing it. That will give you so much confidence. And when you have that will give you certainty. And when you are moving through the world with that level of certainty, that is a very magnetic and safe energy. You will become so magnetic because you carry yourself with such certainty. You carry yourself with such knowing, with so much passion. People can feel it. They hear it in your voice. They hear the activation. They hear the way you are speaking about what you do. They can feel your passion, they can feel your heart, they can feel your soul. And when you are leading yourself with that, when you choose to show up for the people that you are here to serve every single day, no excuses, you will change their lives and you will change your own life. and not just your life. You'll change your bank account. You'll change your family's life and your children's life. There is so much money to be made. There is so many people that are waiting to be served and guided by you. What are you waiting for? Why are you not turning up the dial? If I were to pay you $500,000 tomorrow or at the end of this year and I said, I want you to show up as the marketing director of your own company and I want you to fucking smash it. I want you to do your best and I want you to go out and reach 100K between now and end of year. Could you do it? You have 6 months to do it and I will pay you 500K at the end. Every single person will say yes. Tell me a few things that you can think of that you are not doing right now that could potentially benefit your business. And they start to go, maybe I can start a podcast. Maybe I can start to show up more consistently. Maybe I can show my authority online. Maybe I can share some credibility. Maybe I can leverage other people's networks. Maybe I can start with word of mouth referrals. Maybe I can start a referral or affiliate program within my own company. There are so many ways. And then they start to rattle off all of those things. So my next question is, why haven't you done it? Why haven't you done it yet? What does it take for you to lead yourself with that level of integrity that you know whenever you feel like there is an opportunity of growth, when you see a blind spot or when you notice that you are not leading yourself to the fullest of your ability, what do you do in that moment? Maybe you have a level of fear, but let me ask you this. Are you more fearful of giving things a go or staying where you're at right now? So when you have a strategy and a roadmap, learning how to price it, learning how to position it, market it, sell it, how to build a brand, how to evoke emotion, how to be able to articulate the tangible outcomes of your programs. When you have the strategy, you get to focus on energetics, which is 70-80% of the work. Because when you are solid, energetically solid in your path, strategy is easy. That is like the cherry on top. And the most beautiful part about all of this, that you get to have both. But if you focus on energetics and trying to figure the strategy out, you may feel a level of overwhelm. So we want to take out the guesswork so that you can anchor harder and grounding harder into who you are and what you do and the path that you are wanting to take, because there will be challenges. There may be doubt, there may be fear, but if you have the strategy and the clarity and the pathway right in front of you, you are going to feel safe enough to go and execute that path. Now, before we wrap up today's episode, and if this episode really resonated with you, I have an incredible program that I want to share with you, the Rising Coach, which is an incredible program that I have taken hundreds of clients through and getting them to that consistent 10K months. I used this exact strategy to build my business to 100K months without a funnel, without a website. It was all organic marketing. And I want to show you how easy it is to reach that level of revenue without having to guess, without having to push. It is so easy. And inside the Rising Coach, I am going to teach you how to craft the most beautiful offer suite, how to craft an offer, how to position it, how to price it, how to market it, how to sell it, and how to infuse storytelling in your marketing to evoke that level of emotion, how to sell on stories so that you can reach consistent 10K months with absolute ease. Because you've tuned in and listened to the podcast, I have something very special for you. If this is of interest to you, I want you to reach out to me via Instagram and say the words TRC, the Rising Coach. Reach out with those words and I will share the details with you, because I have something very special for you because you have tuned in via the podcast. I really hope this episode landed for you. I want to see you do incredible things in this world. Do not wait. Life is so incredibly short, and I want to see you turning up the dial and who you are, the people that you are here to impact, and you will be so rewarded when you are so anchored and focused on other people's evolution and transformation. You will get rewarded beyond your wildest imagination. Thank you for being here for another episode, and I cannot wait to be back again next week.